Okay, welcome to the Jamaica Selectboard meeting for Monday, October 25th. So first thing on the agenda is to call for any late additions.
Right here.
Well, you're talk during public concerns.
It's not on the agenda?
It's not an agenda.
It's
You're public
oh,
concerns.
it's not. Okay.
Yes, I'd be glad to tell him that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Is that how it works? I mean,
Yes, we'll just run through these and then on number 3, the public concerns. Can we approve the minutes for the October 11th Select Board meeting? Is there a motion for that?
So moved. I'll second.
Any discussion about that? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that passes. 3, here we are, public concerns. Any public concerns?
yes. Forgive me if I'm not that familiar with town government, but, I believe that flood control is a really important issue and that it should be on the agenda as a top item. And when we last spoke, your charge to me was to go to the planning board, the planning commission.
The planning commission, which is also the zoning board of administration, the ZBA.
And they weren't so sure that we could do anything about the amount of water coming down. But the one thing that we could control are, the culverts and proper road drainage. And on my street, it's a big issue because I got flooded. It's the second time I got flooded in a year. So that I think is an important topic for discussion and action, more importantly, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that has a culvert that's 3/4 of the way filled with dirt and rocks and sand and everything. I think it's just a bomb waiting to go off, and so I'm going to say something about it. And sorry if I offend anybody, but it's an important subject.
Right.
Would it be something we could talk to Keith about?
Yeah, we have one culvert, but I think he's talking about a whole different thing besides just one culvert, which would have to, there's gonna be discussion and dispensing of money to, I don't know.
Well, shouldn't we have proper funding for road drainage in your budget?
We have a budget for the road, to maintain the road, so we don't have a budget to put in a new, state-of-the-art drainage system, but, I mean, I don't wanna get into discussing all that, because I really don't, I'm not an engineer, and, I think that concerning your culvert, we could definitely have that fixed, or have it addressed, but what are you looking to do?
Their solution right now, and I'd like to see the numbers of how much money is spent just on my road, Gosselville Road, because they basically regrade it at least once every month. And their solution to proper drainage is just to build the road up higher, so that you naturally have a ditch on the right and the left. Except, one side of that is my yard, and I don't think that's the right way to do road drainage. I'm no expert, but maybe we should have some experts come in and look at the road. It's more narrow. It's been there for over a century, and it was probably like a cow path or something at one point. But you have a 2-lane road. It's trying to be a 2-lane road, and there's some big trucks going down that. And the drainage just needs to be better. It's not gonna. That's gonna flood all the time.
So you saw Brian's response to the email that he agreed that, there's kind of 2 issues were raised in the correspondence at our last meeting and at your meeting with Brian's, with the ZBA/JPC. One being regular road maintenance, culvert maintenance, et cetera. And that's definitely kind of squarely within our purview. And then, does there need to be an engineering exercise to determine whether where you are requires an adjustment to our flood zoning ordinance? That is indeed within the JPC. And he agreed with that assessment. And so we all know Brian, he's super diligent. So that's definitely a dialogue to keep up with them. What I had asked, if at all possible, I mean, I had hoped to make a site visit today and I just could not. But between now and the next meeting, I am more than happy to go and visit. I'm having a difficult time, to Andy's point, understanding exactly what needs to be changed, or at least what looks like it needs to be changed. To you as an expert in that spot, because you own it and you live there, but as a non-expert in terms of not being an engineer, and I'm a non-expert.
Yeah.
I find just in my practice, it's very helpful to see and hear and look at what, and be able to jot down on a tax map, here are the hot spots. I mean, I sit in my house and I can tell you, that's a hot spot. This is a hot spot. This is what I'm seeing under these circumstances, under the regular melt in the spring, under an extreme event. These are the things that I'm seeing. I think with that, those facts should be accumulated over the next 2 weeks. If we
Yeah,
can.
I mean, I'm guessing that a huge amount is spent on regrading the road, and to me, it just doesn't make sense to raise the level of the road.
So
to create
let's
ditches.
talk about the budget. So we don't break down the road budget is our single largest piece of
25%
budget.
of the budget.
Yeah.
Of the town's
Of the town's budget, and it's one thing. That's the only element. And you can see that, that's public information. Going down deeper by road, we don't track that. I mean,
It just seems crazy that when they build the road up, they're also filling in the culverts that do exist. So it's
right,
just
and all of
mind-boggling.
that, I'd love to have, to Andy's point, love to kind of just jot, it doesn't have to be War and Peace, but the bullet points that are, what are you seeing that's not working? What are you seeing that you're questioning? What are the hot spots on a map? That will help kind of allocate, all right, how much of this is the unfortunate truth of we're just seeing so much more water, generally. I mean, what happened this summer was unprecedented. It should have been a 100-year event, and it wasn't. And we saw, even not just July 29th, but over the course of the summer, the volume of
all the
water.
reason why we need
Right.
proper road drainage.
Exactly. So, so this is relatively new information. It's a new data point that we should accommodate. I personally, as a member of the select board, am happy to continue pursuing this. It sounds like Castle Hill's a particular hotspot. It's not the only one in town, but it's also
I would assume that a lot of the other roads, because it's done by the same people, are handled the same way. It just does not seem smart,
right.
you know?
Right.
So
But if you agree, if we could
I
kind
think
of
we
gather
need to
that
loop Keith- I think we
information.
need to loop Keith in too,
Yes.
because he's obviously in charge of the people who do that work.
Right.
So if you're unhappy with the work they're doing, I think he needs to be addressed about that.
Yes.
And he can say, well, this is why we do it this way.
Right.
And maybe he has a reason, maybe they have a reason, maybe they don't, I don't know.
Right, even
If
before
once a
speaking
year,
to
every
Keith.
2 years, you know,
Right.
I would be like, okay, yeah, whatever, but
Right.
they do it literally at least once a month.
Right, and they have a lot, as you say, you have a lot of traffic to the town
Right,
garage and
because it's
traffic
the
going to the
garage
train
and
station.
and the junk,
So you
right?
got a lot of traffic going
So,
through, so it might make sense, and
I
having
just,
equipment.
I agree, absolutely. That road is unique in terms of its role in town operations. What I would like to do before kind of necessarily loop, which we will do looping in Keith, is to I know I personally would like to better understand what I've just described to you. And if we could jot it down, that just will facilitate a conversation with Keith and Greg once he's returned to drive the next meeting's discussion.
And I'm more than willing to come over too.
That would be great.
Well,
More
the
the merrier.
bigger picture is a massive amount of money that would have to be voted on at town meeting, on a, what do you call it, an article to overhaul all our roads, aren't we trying to do that?
You'd have to bid out to
Aren't we
engineers
trying
to
to
do
do
this,
that?
and they'd have to be proposed and add to the budget, and it'd be a project, and if we'd have to get a bond for it.
Well, we don't
Town
know
meeting
that.
vote.
We don't know right now that
Right.
they're working stupid and not smart and they're wasting money.
Right, at this point, right, we don't
That's
have
the
the facts
discussion
to
needs
know
to be
They're gonna save money.
what
by
the
it.
actual solution would be. Right, could cost less.
Good.
Yes, I agree. So, I mean, I don't think it's an
Give us a
action of the
time,
board,
whatever,
but
you work it out.
I think you've
Loop
got
us
the
in. Do you have my
two of
email?
us, right,
Do you have my email? Tom.Tober@Jamaica,
yeah, okay.
yeah. Also, we could do a Facebook group also.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
I'm around
and
Monday,
let's
Wednesday,
just-
Monday, Wednesday, Friday anytime, so.
Friday would be good for me, if that works. Are you in town on Friday? Or are you away?
I might be back. I have to,
If not, are you around Wednesday?
yes.
Maybe Wednesday
I'm
morning,
around.
you're around, so
Well, you know,
yeah.
we got meetings and stuff, but you
So let's, yeah,
coordinate.
yeah, I could work from home in the morning on Wednesday and do a site visit.
Okay.
And then just take a minute, have Sarah pull the tax map for your area, so that we have something that we can be taking notes on.
Sure.
Cool? Alright.
Morning to.
No, is it bad?
9.
9? You wanna try for 9 on Wednesday?
Sure.
That's what I can do. 9 to 10.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, right here.
I'm gonna double check with it, so, that's the 27th, alright?
That is correct.
Yeah, I can do 9.
Okay. I will do 9. I'll be there.
Anybody else who wants to join?
We can't have more than 2.
So
Oh, we can't,
Only
sorry
2.
guys.
3 to 1 meeting.
Alright, you can make another site visit.
So if you wanted to split it up, if other people wanted to go, they could go to separate times.
Right.
Yep. But we can't go all at the same time.
Okay, I have you down.
And I'll.
Any other discussion about that? Any other public concerns? How about you,
Motion to
Mr.
adjourn.
Cameraman? You like working here?
Motion to adjourn?
Yep, well, just so you know, we will review the pay orders and, yeah, I'll second. Oh, well, yes, I hear a motion to adjourn.
I second the motion.
Anyone against that?
Aye.
Thanks for coming out.